Well, how's it going, guys? Andrew here.
And Caleb.
Welcome to another reaction review for the first
New, emphasis new,
film.
movie.
And
Are we too loud for you? I want to hear the guy yell Steven.
Steven. Yes. Whatever we were just doing right there. The New Mutants is out, guys. We saw it.
Film fresh from quarantine in the theater.
This movie was supposed to come out over 2 years ago.
We finally saw it.
And we finally saw it with 30 other people in the theater, in the IMAX theater.
Mm-hmm.
Were they all wearing their mask? I highly doubt it, but we wore ours. Wear yours.
Said the same thing as before. Surprised at how many are still wearing them. Pleasantly surprised, but could be seeing more.
But yeah, so we saw the movie.
Yes.
Stuffed our faces with McDonald's. I feel
Fantastic.
bloated.
It was only the third option.
Yes. And now we're here to talk spoiler free. We'll have a spoiler section in the podcast later on.
So be sure to check that out if you're watching this a few days after upload.
So, what do you think?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was an okay movie, but I enjoyed it.
Very forgettable. I mean, we all kind of knew that, like, this wasn't going to be, like, you know, the new generation of X-Men. It wasn't going to be, like, the best superhero movie to come out in the last, like, 5 years. Like, and, like, going in, like, I was like, you know, at least if I am entertained in some aspect, I will enjoy it. And the things I liked are very little. I think ATJ is, like, the standout in the film. I think her character had the most interesting background. Her powers are the coolest. I won't say stuff. There are some secrets about her powers, and also just something that, like, was totally missed from the trailers. That was kind of what brought her character a little more character, you know. And so I think I liked her the most. I think where the movie suffers the most, for me personally, was like the dialogue and the main actress. I just don't think she doesn't hold the screen, you know? Like, when she's on presence, I'm like, yeah, who are you again?
I think for her it was a perfect storm of both those things. Because the dialogue worked with everyone else. A little iffy on Maisie. Because her character wasn't really there to be on her own. It was for the purpose of someone else. But, yes, she didn't really deliver on what she was given.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to blame that on a director that hasn't done something of this genre and was unfamiliar with.
And, like, he also wrote it, so, like, maybe he's just not the best writer.
It was co-written, right?
Him and somebody else.
It was Nate with a K.
Oh.
I remember seeing that.
Nate with a K.
It was Boone and Nate.
One
something.
of those people, the silent letter.
Silent but deadly.
But yeah, so, like, I didn't hate the movie. I don't know, like, the first, like, act is pretty clumsy. The second act is where it gets interesting.
Yes.
And then the third act, just like most superhero movies, it's just crazy shit happening and, like, effects, and then it just kind of ended. So
they were good effects, though. I did enjoy them.
Yeah, the big, like,
it's not like a Wonder Woman type ending.
Yeah, it's not. I guess it's not that bad. I'm being a little dramatic, but it's still, like, you know, it is just kind of like chaos. But, like, there are moments where, like, the CGI, I'm like, that looks pretty cool. Like, that image that you have right now on the IMAX screen, it looks pretty cool.
None of the CGI stood out and looked bad. And it was still somewhat tense.
Yeah, like we said,
cool set piece.
We said, like, I wish they just would have been like, fuck it, let's just go all horror and, like, let's do it, because, like, there are, like, shots where you're like,
wanted it to keep going.
Yeah, like, there are shots of horror, but then, like, it just goes away, and I'm like, ugh, like, you could have, like, held on to that for, like, a few more seconds, or, like, the rest of that scene, and it would have been pretty good. But
I feel like we had a conversation like that before with this specific movie, in that it would be harder to do horror when you have superpowers. Like, when you have this ability, it's like the same thing like when you get a gun in Resident Evil. It becomes less scary because you have control over your situation more.
But
when you have the ability to fight back, it's harder to dive more into it, you know?
But, like, I guess the argument for this movie, the way that the horror is portrayed works for how it is surrounding all of them. And so, like, I get what you mean, because, like, yeah, like, a superhero horror movie couldn't really work because it's just, like, Superman could just, like, and, like, kill somebody. But, like...
I think there are interesting ways that you could get to it, and they were doing a good job. Just could have pushed it over the edge a little more.
Yeah. And, I mean, like, I guess, like, another... Like, superhero movies don't have to connect. There doesn't have to be a universe. There doesn't have to be a sequel. But when this movie clearly was setting up for something else, and it doesn't... It's not going to get that chance. I doubt it will get that chance. Very slim. And so when you're watching this movie,
No way.
I can't help but not care because I know that it's just kind of setting up for something else, which is always like a downfall, in my opinion, for like failed like movies that are trying to build like a universe.
Oh my god, Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Yeah, or like I watched Dracula Untold during quarantine, and like literally the final shot of the movie, like fucking Luke Evans is like in modern day and he's still Dracula, and the fucking Lannister, what's his name?
Jamie Lannister?
No, the king. No, I mean
Tommen?
No, not the king. Fuck, the old guy, the commander.
Oh, Tywin
Lannister. He literally walks in the frame and he's like, "Let the games begin." And then it went to black. And I'm like,
I love that.
Like, what? And like this movie, it's not that ridiculous where somebody's like, "Let's go find whatever," but like it just kind of ends, and you're like, well,
and there's definitely going to be something there that definitely got cut.
Yeah. So
oh, you know what, you freaking DC fans out there, I want to see the first New Mutants cut. What it would have looked like when it was setting things up.
I looked up I wanted to like Google like when the first day was coming up, and there was the image of one of the characters in a room and it has like all the ghosts.
Right.
And I'm like, where? That was not in the movie.
Through the wall, pushing through.
And I was like,
that was in the trailer a lot.
It's a cool looking shot. But
I don't know what that could have been.
Just another
was
like
around ATJ's character.
I don't remember what character was surrounding, but I want to know what this movie went through, because it definitely went through crap. And
it's a victim of its time. It would have been done better given better circumstances.
I was saying this is a good experience and like a good like look at what happens when a movie is in the middle of being made or whatever, and then gets bought by a different company, and then what that company does to it. Pretty much, because if you think about it, this came out in August of 2020. They probably filmed this in like August of like 2017. So this movie's been in limbo for a very long time, and not ridiculously long, but like it's still for how movies are produced today. And also they're all kind of kids, so they all are, like 3 or 4 years older now. So yeah,
it's I don't know. The real winner here, Disney. They're just trying to see how much money they can get from this.
Yeah,
with no effort into it.
I wonder what's gonna happen if this makes money. If they'll
at least they dropped it in theaters, so they're gonna get money versus dropping on Disney Plus.
I'm ready.
I don't know how you keep track of that stuff.
I am ready to see how much money they make on Mulan. I am intrigued. I hope they make nothing.
That's gotta come to theaters.
Well, I think they're gonna.
You think it's gonna make nothing?
Not like nothing, but I don't know. All the comments that I've seen on it are people just like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not.
See, I also think that's more fans, right? I think the casual market is really gonna. Dude, you gotta think about the families. Every family out there is gonna, for $30, dude.
You can just watch. You already pay for Disney Plus. Just watch Mulan, the classic.
But their kid wants to watch. They watched Mulan already. No. Are you gonna drag your kids to go see Mulan for $60, $80, or $30?
What about the people that watch it and then want a refund because it's like so bad?
I don't care how much of a Disney hater you could be out there. I don't think it's gonna be that bad. Out of all the remakes, excluding Dumbo, because Dumbo is a diamond, not a diamond. It's like a.
I like Dumbo.
It's like a ruby in the rough.
Dumbo was a good movie, guys.
It's a good movie. Go watch it.
It's a good one.
Interesting enough story that stands on its own. Mulan is more different.
Did you remember when those
well,
people walked out of
more
Dumbo?
historic.
Do you remember that?
When was it?
When we went to go see it,
Right, like what? When in the movie did that happen?
it was like the first 15 minutes. It was like
I don't see the racist crows. Nope. I'm here for the racist crows.
It was like the grandparents with like the little grandchildren.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just got up and left, and I'm like, oh, you don't like Tim Burton, okay? But the New Mutants, I think it's out.
If you want to see a new movie, and you have a matinee, perfect.
It's this or Unhinged, and then you gotta wait for Tenet, and then Kingsman isn't even coming out anymore. So fucking sad. But what was I gonna say? I don't know. I think I'll just forget it in a few days. I think it's just a movie. Won't. Yeah, I will. I mean, it's not
the movie.
Yeah, no.
Talking about Kingsman.
No, I will not forget about Kingsman.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the movie, like, it's not. I don't know. I'm comparing it to just how much I was like disappointed with Harley Quinn, and like that movie just was like, wow, that really sucked. But it's not sucky in the way that I hated Harley Quinn. This is just more lackluster.
A little bit.
When Harley Quinn just was not good.
It's better than a handful of X-Men films in that universe. It's definitely not anywhere near the bottom. It just sits.
Yeah.
It's in there.
Like, I would watch this over, like, you know, obviously anything over Wolverine. I'd watch it over, like, Apocalypse. I'd probably watch it over The Last Stand. And Dark Phoenix.
Oh, The Last Stand, yeah. It's better than Dark Phoenix. It's a fresh X-Men movie out of the muddling we've had.
Dark Phoenix was so bad.
Don't see Dark Phoenix. Go see New Mutants.
All right.
Who'd have thought that? We totally had a different mindset 2 years ago. It's like, of course Dark Phoenix is going to be great. Or not of course, but it'd be better than
I think
New
we always
Mutants.
kind of forgot that they also did Dark Phoenix in another X-Men movie, and that was also not that good, so maybe they just can't do the Dark Phoenix line well.
Hey,
So.
third time. Who would it be? Who could it be? Had to be up-and-comer at that point, right?
Yeah, I couldn't.
Karen Gillan.
She's not an up-and-comer.
No, I know. I'm going off of something different.
Fair enough. Okay, if we're doing redheads.
Because I forgot Femke, whatever her
Amy
name
Adams.
is.
Give us an older Phoenix. That'd be nice.
I would also love that for the fan art of her with Superman. And
she's
Lois Lane, but also Dark Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a power couple.
So what would you give this movie?
B minus C plus.
Okay.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, I'm going like D+. Like, it's nowhere near awful, but like just for me, I was like, meh.
Mm-hmm.
This is just it's okay.
With a stronger lead, a little bit, or better writing, either one could have pushed up, because better writing could have made her acting a little better. But
all I'm saying is when your lead gets fourth bill in the movie,
that's just rude. First off,
like, she has the most screen time out of the other people, the other four people that get credited before her. So that's pretty rough. But
she can have a bright future. Yeah. So let's not give up on her just yet.
No, maybe she'll get something else. You know.
But that's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got. Well, guys, if you go see it. Tell us what you think down below. Look out for the podcast later on in the week, and we will see you guys next time. This has been Andrew
and Caleb.
Peace.
Bye.